Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all the wonderful viewers of Talksopedia. We are back with yet another exciting episode after 1.5 months of break and me being in isolation for 10 days due to COVID. Now, my voice is still in the process of getting better, but I'm right here with the very first episode of Season 3 of Talksopedia. Though it is the first episode, it is the 57th episode of Talksopedia series, which means 56 episodes, 56 guests, 56 inspiring stories, and 56 inspiring journeys. How do I feel? Oh my God, I am excited, a bit emotional, and even more exhilarated because today we have a very special guest who started her journey many years ago in Mumbai. She came here in Doha in the year 2000 and she has been an event organizer, a choreographer who has organized many fashion shows and events here. She's an animal lover and she has been an active part of many animal rescue groups. And now, currently, she handles two businesses under the name Amlark Trading Services with the subdivisions Indian Grocery and Indian Tiffin Express. I am excited, and I know many of our viewers are excited too to meet our very first guest of Season 3, Episode 1. So please help me welcome the gorgeous, ravishing, fiercely independent Amla Kale on the screen. Amla ji.
Hello everyone. Hi Nisha.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you.
I'm good. Still getting better, in the process of getting better.
I just got to know that.
When I posted the flyer, I received a lot of messages, right? Amla Kale, what is so special? I said, I don't know, because I have been watching this woman for such a long time on social media. And every time I look at her pictures, I get inspired, I get motivated, right? And now she is an entrepreneur. So she has a wonderful story to share with all of us. And that is why I invited you as the very first guest of Season 3, because I know that in this journey of so many years, you might have faced a lot of hardships, you might have crossed a lot of obstacles, and you are right here. And I see you as a very fiercely independent woman. But I want to know from you, Amlaji, what is your story?
First of all, thank you, Nisha, for inviting me on Talksopedia. And this is your first episode. And I'm sure you would have thought something about me. And I really, when I got an invite from you, I was like, what has Nisha thought about me and invited me on the show? So maybe I have something, because see, usually what happens, we women, we just live our life thinking, okay, this is the way we have to live it, And let us not talk about the part from when I was born. As you introduced me, I'm a girl from City of Dreams. But obviously, all my dreams came true in Mumbai. Like my dad was always in the UAE from 1982. So I was always connected with the Gulf. So things were easy till that time. And then I had like a tomboy type of life in Bombay. Then came the tough part wherein the marriage came in. Now let's talk about the important part. Let's leave that 2021 years where I knew that, okay, my parents are there, they're supporting me. They are like, they will do anything for me. So that was best part of my life. But then when it came to marriage, let me tell you, mine was an arranged marriage. Looking at me, people think, no ways, Amla Kali, arranged marriage? Nahi, ye to love marriage hoga. But no, it's not that way. I didn't even see my husband. It was my dad who chose him. So he was in Sharjah and my dad was in Abu Dhabi. So I was like, okay, Dad, you gave me 21 years of my life, whatever I want to do. Now, the next part is all yours. You can decide for me. I just told him, yes, I went. He said, no, at least see the boy once. I saw the boy on the 14th of Feb, and the 21st, we got married. That's it. It was just like 6 days. I saw him. I came back to Mumbai. They did all the preparation, and we got married. And there is the actual story where it starts from. So let's start from Feb 21st, my marriage anniversary. Everything went on smoothly, marriage, we were good, happy married life. But then came in the part wherein, the pregnancy part. I I actually couldn't conceive for like 6 to 8 months. And then everybody thought it was a serious issue or something like that. And then we went to the doctors, got everything treated. I got pregnant in November the same year, 2000. But unfortunately, I had some problems in which I had a premature delivery. So just imagine at the age of 23, I having a child who is prematurely born in 5.5 months. He was just 530 grams when he was born. And I really didn't know whether my child is surviving. Is he still there? Because when I was taken to the hospital, it was said that your child is no more. It was a miscarriage. So I was just imagine for me to be in the maternity ward, hearing all the cries from here and there, and I'm crying on my own, knowing that my baby is no more. I was just there. Then I was just trying to walk the next day because I was in depression. I see my husband coming out from somewhere with uh, the apron type of thing come on. And then I was like, where are you coming? He's like, I'm coming from the NICU. He tried to hide it, but he couldn't. He's like, I'm coming from the NICU. I said, what's there in the NICU? He's like, our baby is there in the NICU. And I was crying. I was just crying. I said, really? I couldn't imagine 5.5 months, a 530-gram born baby is still surviving there and fighting for his life. He rushed me there. We went. I saw a small, tiny the baby, and he could fit in the palm. He was born in a kidney tray, I can say. And he was really fighting for his life. So when I saw him, it was like, no, it's not your fight alone. We both, mom and dad, are going to be with you and we're going to fight with you. So this is how our journey started from there. So he was in the NICU for like 6 months. There were too many ups and downs. He collapsed many times, but they managed to, I don't know what they were doing, but the doctors were very good and they managed to, get the best what they could do. Then he was shifted to the ward. He grew up very well. 1 year he was in the hospital and I stayed with him in the hospital for a year. But then it got too much for me to be in the hospital. So I requested the doctors because he was still on oxygen. And I requested the doctors that I cannot stay more in the hospital. Can I take the baby home? So can you believe we had oxygen cylinders in our car, in my house, and he was on the nasal cannula. We had to check the pulse oximeter, do everything for him, which we both managed well, and we did it. So this is how he survived. He grew up. Then at this time we were in the UAE, we were in the Sharjah. So 3 years, and we just continued like that. Then I conceived the second one. Again, he was also prematurely born. Then I had two of them to take care. One child who cannot see, who cannot walk properly, who cannot hear, and the other one to do. But somehow we managed that too. Then we came to Qatar. This is the place, I can say this is a lucky place for me. My husband, he got a job in Urdu, and I didn't know what's Qatar. I was like literally crying, I don't want to live Dubai. I don't want to leave Dubai. And my parents are there. Who's going to help me there? I came here because we heard that Sanjay, he would have a good school here. There was a school, Al Noor, which we planned to, put him here. And when we came here, I took him to the school, and what we saw was it's a beautiful place, it's a nice place, but at that time there was no one who can talk in English and teach the child in English. Everything was in Arabic. So I didn't know Arabic. So I didn't know how would I manage teaching Sanjay if I don't know Arabic. So again, I came home. We just sat down. We were discussing what would we do with Sanjay now. So he was almost three and a half, and the other one was 6 months. Then we put him in a private school. So I used to take him there. We used to come home, and days went on like this with the kids. My main concentration was on Sanjay, but then Shantanu started growing up, and growing up means he was such an understanding child. You can say he never troubled me, or he was always a support. He was well disciplined. He knew that what his brother's requirement was, so there were no toys left down here and there. Any changes in the house, we were particular of telling Sanjay that these are the small changes that we have made in the house. You have to be careful when you're walking or when you're going. So this is how we managed. And then things went on with the kids like for 6-7 years. But after that, in 2010, I was introduced by some of my friends to IWA, the Indian Women Association. That's the first time I stepped out, leaving Sanjay with my husband. He was like, no, it's enough now. You need to move out. Because it was a very routine thing for me. It was very monotonous because Sanjay doesn't eat on his own. I had to cook, like feed him literally 3 times. You have to feed him, think about what. So I needed a change. So he really pushed me that, okay, go and join something and live your life. At least for an hour, just go out. So this is how then I moved out. And then I remember Anita D. I will never forget the names, who just picked me up from there. So, you're so beautiful. Why don't you do modeling? I said, modeling? I have 2 kids who are waiting at me at home. I cannot do all this. She goes, no, you can try. You can do something in IWA. Then she got me to the other organizations from outside, from ICC and the Indian Embassy. And this is how I moved on then. But whenever I had these type of events, not to forget, I always took Sanjay with me. He was never at home because the reason behind it, I never believed in having a live-in maid. You know why? Because I always thought if I have a live-in maid, I will never take Sanjay's responsibility. He'll always be left at home and I will be so free. Okay, chalo, he's there, someone is taking care of him and I have to move out. So I never had a live-in maid. So this is how it worked out. And I really enjoyed doing that. He was safe with me. I moved on with him. From the stage when I was performing and when I used to see Sanjay, that was an achievement for me, that we shouldn't stop anywhere. There's no need in sitting at home. We can do many things if we want to do it.
And so many challenges and so many obstacles, right? As we were discussing, and you said that, everything looks so beautiful on social media. We don't know the story, the back end story, right? Yeah. So every time when I looked at your pictures, I thought, oh my God, great personality, such a strong woman, such a beautiful life. She's always surrounded with friends and family, but this is what you have gone through. Amlaji, how did you keep yourself positive and strong throughout this journey?
Nisha, to be very frank with you, it is only my husband who's always been by my side. And he I don't know, whatever I do, I never hear a no from him. It's always like, okay, go for it, do it. But something that he doesn't want to do it, he will literally tell, I'm not going to help you in this. And then sometimes I take it as a challenge. Believe me, sometimes I take it as a challenge, or else I do listen to him. I'm not that type of like, okay, no, I'm not going to listen. But it's he's the one who is always behind me to do things and helping me. And plus it's my son, my younger son Shantanu. He is a boy who always, he just Even if I'm ready, if he will see me, okay, mama, this looks good on you. This looks nice on you. This is good on you. So this is how I think, okay, great. I have something at home. So this keeps me, okay, I have to be positive, at least for them.
And now coming to your business, a new venture. So how did this start? How did this idea come to you that, let me now get into this entrepreneurial journey and do something?
Okay, this all, Nisha, started again with the kids only, I can tell you. Let's not only talk about Amlark first. There are a couple of other things which are connected. Since, Shantanu didn't have anybody to play with or anything, this all started with the dog rescue. I rescued a dog, a small dog, because Shantanu was so convinced. No, Mama, I need someone to play with. I know I need someone. I said, okay, fine, let me check, but I'm not going to buy anything for you. I'm deadly against buying anything from the souk or anywhere. I don't mind rescuing a dog, be a stray dog, no breeds, nothing. So I promised him I'll get him something. Okay. So we just went, I got a small puppy for him, and there is where my life changed. That puppy, her name is Angel. She is the member of my family now. She's my third kid. Okay. I did not move anywhere leaving Qatar. I didn't want her to leave her and go. So I left Shantanu because she was bought for Shantanu. Then after that, couple of other dogs, I rescued other dogs and they came in. Then I thought, then I actually saw I got a dog who had like multiple fractures, 12 to 13 fractures. I got him. We saved all money for him. Literally we were all prepared to get him operated. The bill was around 13,000, 14,000, and we were ready with some 7,000, 8,000 cash. But the doctors, they told me you cannot do anything and you have to put the dog to sleep. I took the dog to the vet, and literally when they injected the dog, I requested them, I want the dog to die in my lap. Why? Because he was somewhere under the truck. I don't want him to be left alone when at least he's dying. So I literally cried, and I that was the moment I cried like a lot. And I said, no, he has to at least give me this chance. If I cannot save him, give me this chance that he dies on my lap and he feels that he's not alone when he leaves this place. From there, my other journey started. So it's always, your one business has to support the other. So what I did was I built a room behind my villa and I started rescuing dogs and keeping them there. But rescuing dogs and keeping them is not an easy thing. You need to vaccinate, you need to, do so many things, the vet and everything. To support that, I started a boarding business. This is how first I came in with the business. So it's all started with animals. So the boarding itself was done at home because I love dogs. My kids were comfortable. I already had 3 dogs at that time. So I started boarding dogs. Since I started boarding, I got some money from that, and which I started using them for the rescuing, like feeding the dogs, rescuing the dogs, and healing them and taking to the vets. This is how one thing started. This was the first thing. See, money doesn't come easy. I can easily get money from my husband or ask him, or but I don't want to do that because how much burden? There's no point in just putting a burden on someone, because if you like something, you have to do something. You cannot just sit down. And I'm not an introvert type of a person, but still I wouldn't prefer going and sitting in coffee shops every day and wasting 100, 150 riyal. Instead, I would prefer going to a shop and buying the 150 riyals, a food box, and feeding the dogs or doing something like that. Okay, once in a while, it's good. You need a change and you have to do that, which we all do. I will not lie because I know I do put stories. So that's okay. But as I told you, we have two part of the stories. So we have to maintain one and show one. So this is how it goes. So this is the first thing how I started. Then I got to know I can do something sitting at home. I was already in one of the business called Ghar Ka Khana. I was cooking for them and I was to get paid for that. So I started from that. I said, why not I start this own? This idea came up and I started doing it. And I said, let me try. Let me get some different ideas. I got my tiffin boxes done. And all this was, my husband supported me in this. He's like, okay, do whatever you want. And I was like, but am I going to use your money for this? He said, no, whatever you have said, started from zero. because once you should have the value of your thing. So whatever you got from here, you start it. I'm there to help you, but don't be dependent on me. I was like, yes, that's very true. So I just moved ahead. I got my Indian Tiffin Express boxes done. I'm cooking on my own. People do think that I have cooks. No, I don't have cooks. I only take 20 to 25 tiffins a day, probably 10, 15 in the morning and 10 in the 9, 10, because it depends on the delivery also. They have to complete the deliveries. So I cook myself. I First I used to go and drop my son to school, but now since he got a driving license, I'm all free now. So 6:30, I go inside the kitchen. He leaves the house. I say bye to my husband and my son. I go into the kitchen, start my cooking, finish the dal, the rice, the sabzi, the two sabzis, and the chicken, the curry, and everything. 9 o'clock, I start making chapatis. Can you imagine? Can you see a balan in my hand? No. People are like, no, you're lying. I said, you're most welcome. Come at 6:30 and be my guest. I'm all ears. Let's do things together. No problem. It's all transparent. So this is how, yeah, obviously. So this is how it goes. So I do make 60 to 70 chapatis a day. I do it myself and I see to it. And I just don't take boxes for business because I have other clients whose kids need tiffin. The parents are working, the kids are at home, or the kids are coming from school. So that's my preference. So this is one of my business. The other one, the Indian grocery. Indian grocery, we already had something like this over here. We had something like Desi Kirana running over here, which was really doing well. So I was also like, okay, let's do something and let's get something else in that. We started this. Since I had Indian Tiffin Express, I went for the name Indian Grocery Express. So I always thought, okay, if Lulu is running, it doesn't mean that FFC shouldn't run. Both have their own healthy competition, so it's fine. So this is how it came up.
Now, coming to the Tiffin Express, I really, liked that idea, and I love women who cook and who serve, because I hate cooking, to be very honest. Yeah. So if you, so I was, when you said that, making 60 to 70 chapatis and all those, I was like, oh my God, I would tell her to deliver a tiffin to my home also, so that I can save myself from cooking. How does this delivery of tiffins happen?
I have a car which I bought myself. I have a driver and I have a delivery boy. So I pack all my tiffins. The delivery guy is the guy who works with me at home. He helps me in the packing and all. So he packs all the boxes. They leave by 10:30, 11. And this is how they start their delivery. And by 1:32, they are back home. Until that time, I am at home and I take all the other deliveries for the inquiries for the dinners and get that prepared. And then again, the delivery boy is here. He'll take his break. Again, 4 o'clock, the same routine goes on. The tiffin gets packed and it's out for delivery at around 5 o'clock. And the guy is again back home at 8 o'clock. So this is our routine. And after 8, I'm out.
Now, in this grocery business, what kind of, because I had seen pictures of, very authentic Indian spices. So what kind of, when you say grocery, so what all things that you manage to bring on in your, in your business, in grocery business?
Especially, I don't know whether you have gone through the website and the app now. We have the rice, we have spices from the masalas are there. We have the godo masala, which you don't really find here. We have, tried to get masalas and rice and other stuff, which you actually don't get here in Qatar. Even the papads, what you're seeing, the ghee. So all this stuff we are, what I try to do is I try to use my masalas. I thought, okay, what does Indian Tiffin Express need? Let's get it from Indian Grocery Express. So my one business is going to help my other business, and I'm going to get the same good spice, good taste, everything.
That's a good idea, complementing each other, right? Okay. Now, Amlaji, how is this different, right? From your fashion choreography days to this business? What difference do you find in these two things? How is it different?
If you're talking about fashion choreography, the difference is, I can say it's the age difference. I was probably young at that time, and things have changed a lot in Qatar. So when I did my modeling or I choreographed, Qatar was not so expanded. We didn't have agencies. We didn't. So it was in small groups that were happening. But now it's quite big. It's expanding. So now I feel that okay, the business I am in, I can stay at home. I can see my kids. It's all online. There's nothing to worry about. So I'm more comfortable doing this one rather than that. And I think we have to just go through how our age like I know I'm more comfortable doing this. Let's keep it to the younger generation, or who are the best part. Let them do their part. We did our part when it was required, when there was no one here, and probably I was in the IWA and into the association, so I was helpful to them. But now I think I'm very happy doing this part, rescuing and having both these businesses.
Amlaji, there are a lot of women who are into home business, okay, but they have not established it fully. I know many people who do the Tiffin services, but in limited groups. They cater to only their families and friends. What suggestion or what advice would you like to give to them so that they can start their own business, and how they can do that, especially in Qatar with all the regulations and everything?
See, this all, Nisha, it really depends upon what type of a sponsor you get, or what are you looking forward to do. But I would really suggest these ladies to just keep on doing what they are doing. Don't stop. Even if it's 5 or if it's 7, do it. I started with 2 because I didn't know whether it's going to work out or no. So let's start it like this. And if you find something, then just go ahead.
Okay.
Because the rules and regulations in Qatar, they keep changing.
Yeah. And because of which many women, they hesitate to come out and establish their business because of all these regulations and the laws that keeps on changing all the time.
True, but that doesn't mean that they should stop from doing what they like to do.
Yeah.
Don't see the quantity, see what is the quality and what you are serving. That's it. And if you're happy, your people around you are happy, just keep doing it. It doesn't matter.
Amlaji, one important question that came to my mind is how difficult it is for a woman to be an entrepreneur, or easy?
No, easy is not a thing. It's difficult, because I had a gentleman who came in and he was asking me, how about if you have a cafe for only ladies? And if she's willing to, we have business entrepreneurs here who have started their own. I said, no, see, how will a girl or a lady start her own business? If you're talking about from the parent side, okay, I will tell, I want to do the business. I want to be an air hostess. I want to be a model. But can you do with your husband? You need his support. You need financial support. What are you doing with your family? So all these things are really barriers. So you have to overcome them. See, having Sanjay, as I told you, he having multiple disability, for me it was not easy. It is still not easy. At times when I have to run around, I still don't have a living. Okay, I have guys who come in, they work, they go. I have few boys with me who are doing all the helping me into packing and but if I have to go somewhere, I cannot leave Sanjay anywhere. I have to take him with me. So your family comes first.
One important thing, how do you manage all these things, to be so active on social media? There is not a single update that that we never come across. You are there for a bike shoot, you are there with the cars, you are there in the Qatar National Day, you are everywhere. And then there is your business, and then there is your family. Amlaji, how do you manage everything?
This question even my husband will ask me, but then he's the one who supports me. I'll tell you, my pillars, my husband and my son. Believe me, even if I tell him, okay, tomorrow I am going to, I have this shoot. Tomorrow is like Christmas and I want to finish this, or I want to decorate my house. He is going to see to it that the things are done. My son will see to it that he is there on time wherever he is. He will keep a log of that. Okay, mama wants this and I have to be there for. So
Hmm.
they are my pillars. And without them, this is not possible. Believe me, this is not possible.
And I think it is important for any woman who's married to have that, pillars of support and strength with them. It's very important. Yeah. Amlaji, you are you were into fashion events. You were a model. Now you are an entrepreneur, a loving mother, a wonderful wife. But I want to ask, who is Amla Kale? How will you describe yourself?
Amla Kale. Amla Kale is a girl who stays in today. If you ask me, Amla, what are you next doing in 2 hours? I really cannot tell you, Nisha. I believe in this. Live in the moment now. This is how my husband always said, I don't know what's going on in your mind. I
Hmm.
can't read you. What next? And this is Amla Kale. One moment, even if I'm sick, I'm like from 0 to 100 and 100 to 0. Sometimes I have such a bad asthmatic attack. I'm in the hospital. The next moment I come home, you'll see me dressed up and I'm somewhere in the party. So people are confused. So this is
True.
Amla Kali. I keep everyone confused.
I like that. I really like that statement. Yeah.
As I told you yesterday, we just spoke about it, and I want
Yeah.
to share it with you guys. Yesterday when I posted my first Facebook story about my husband's birthday party and so many other things, it looks all wow, very nice, very nice. But there was something that happened with me yesterday at 8:30. I had a big, big, big dog fight in my house. Why didn't I put that in the story? Oh, I should have done that. No, no, exactly. You just see this part. Be positive. This is how I'm staying. Be inspired. I don't want to show you the other part. It's done. It's finished. It's gone. It comes in everyone's life, ups and downs. So you have to just face them. As I told you all, life is very short and you cannot really have a rewind or a replay. Wait, I really wanted to enjoy my day yesterday, but I couldn't. So what? It's okay. Maybe I'll do the party today if everything is normal. So this is me. I don't want to cry on what happened yesterday. I cried a lot. So it's fine, it's done. But today is a new day and I'm going to live it in a new way.
My God, what a spirit. What a spirit, Amlaji. And I'm so glad that you are here for the very first episode to inspire each one of us, not only the women folk, but everybody who are there on some or the other journey in their life. And as you said, that we never get a chance to replay or rewind. All we have is this particular moment, right? What is your last message, or what would you like to convey to our viewers?
Life is actually too short, and COVID has taught us so many things. If you want to be with your loved ones also, if your loved ones have COVID, like your child has COVID, he has to be separate from you. So this is what type of life we are living. So live for yourself first. If you are okay, everybody around you is okay. If you are not okay physically, emotionally, mentally, you cannot take care of anyone, believe me. It will be shown on your face, on your work. Everything you do is going to show it up. So please be happy, take care of yourself, enjoy every moment of your life. Just think, okay, this is the next half an hour. What are you going to do? Think about it. Do something nice. Don't think about something that has been done. That is nothing negative. Just leave everything and start up with a new thing.
Thank you so much. And I wish you all the very best for this new venture. And we would love to see you smiling, rocking, inspiring, not only on social media, but everything you do. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep rocking. And I'm a great fan of yours. I was a fan. Now I have become even bigger fan of yours, especially with all those bike stunts and everything. I'm like, oh, wow, this
Yeah,
is
let
the
me tell you about this, the bike stunts. This is one thing that my husband has told me. I am not going to allow you to get a bike license. I didn't listen to him. I went with my own money. I got my lessons done. With my own money, I got my bike. With my own money, I got my suit. So now I'm feeling very proud. All the cars are on one side, but the bike is on one side. And I
Exactly.
enjoy doing it.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it, because that is an inspiration for anybody who would like to live their life like that, right? So keep doing that. Keep rocking. Keep shining. Keep inspiring. And thank you so much for coming here, Amlaji.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the invitation. It was great pleasure talking to you.
Same here. And thank you to each one of you who watched us live on Talksopedia. I will be back next Friday with yet another new episode and a wonderful guest. Till then, have a great weekend. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.